Hello and welcome to this very special episode of the Horton Hangout Podcast. I'm Laura Horton.
I'm Leanna Best.
And we're joined by my amazing friend, Dr Ash Parmar. Hi Ash, how are you?
Good, nice to see you again, Laura.
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to meet you properly.
So with the Hangout, we are inviting Ash to join us as a co-host. So Ash has brought with him his own confession, which we will look forward to hearing later. We have the usual questions that have come in. We're going to get Ash's opinion on a particular question that's come in. And we've also got the usual features as well.
Brilliant.
So we'll get right into it. So Ash and I go back a very long way. And in fact, around the time this podcast may be coming out, because at the moment it's the end of summer. And this podcast is probably going to come out October, November time. And in November, it will actually be 21 years that we've known each other.
Amazing.
When you employed me, you absolute nutter.
You've got to be a patient person then.
And I became your treatment coordinator.
Yeah.
And at the time, you co-owned 3 practices. Definitely, you're a nutter as well. And you were in the process, I think, of selling one of them at the time, the Barnet one.
Yeah.
So you owned 3 private practices. You'd been on a big journey with them. The journey was still continuing, for sure. And you also had the academy where you were teaching.
Yes.
And I remember I'd only been there a couple of weeks, and I came on this course. It was the lecture day. So it was lecture day and hands-on the next day. And I just remember being like, oh my gosh, because I'd never been on a course like it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not a dentist, but it was absolutely amazing. And it was a course to teach the principles of cosmetic dentistry and smile design to dentists. And then the next day they came back with their patients.
Yes.
Mind blown again.
Wow, yeah.
And we're treating their patients under your support and instruction. And it was absolutely amazing. And I would definitely say that working for you changed my life, and you're a big part of that, and we'll probably talk a bit more about that. But right now, you're a very, very good friend of mine. I love you to pieces.
Oh.
And he's also my golf mentor. We played golf the other week, and I got my best score ever. I broke 100. To golfers, they know what that means.
Yeah.
And I beat you in a Stapleford, didn't I?
I don't know if I'm going to give you too many tips. I like losing.
Rematch in a couple of weeks at your club.
I know, yes.
So now you have owned your 4th practice for, what is it now, 13 years, something like that?
14, 15 years.
Wow. That's gone really fast, hasn't it?
It has, Laura. Yeah, it's amazing. 21 years we've been together. So I admire the progress you've made and what you've done in dentistry. So I really congratulate you on what you're achieving and how you've helped so many practices and staff members, and you are certainly the go-to person for treatment coordination training and everything.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. Well done.
So I've got a question then. So I did this post on LinkedIn probably a couple of years ago, like the history of treatment coordination. I'm really interested in it. Like, where did the role come from? Because people talk about, obviously, Jay Lerner, and people talk about Paddy Lund. And I did a post, and I remember particular people were saying, it's definitely Miami. It's definitely Larry, Jay, that sort of crew. Is that when you first heard about the role, and when do you think that was?
100%. A lot of my training was done in America, and all my sort of big teachers and mentors were from USA. And it is an American concept. That's where we picked it up from. And in my opinion, it's the pivotal role in any private dental practice. People get hung up about receptionists, or I need a manager or whatever. But really, we're here for the purpose of looking after our patients. And if you had one person going through the new patient journey, welcoming the person and making that really smooth and exciting for the patient, because remember, everyone's nervous going to the dentist. But if someone can handle that beautifully well, then that practice will thrive. So it is the key role. It came from America, but it's really embedded in our sort of UK culture now. I think most practices have got good TCOs.
When do you think that was then that you first came? Do you remember roughly?
Yeah, it was about 22, 23 years ago.
Wow.
When you mentioned about Jay Lerner, but Jay was one of the top dentists in sort of Florida. And, when I did Larry Rosenthal's courses, we came across this concept. There's a lady called Jackie Pastore who was Larry Rosenthal's treatment coordinator. So, having seen it live there and seeing the benefits of it, then we brought the concept to the UK in our own practices and never looked back.
Yeah.
How quickly from seeing it in Larry's practice and meeting Larry's TCO did you move someone into that role?
Very quickly. The best advice I have for dentists is sometimes you don't need to look too much outside in recruitment. There could be a shining star within your own practice. Someone who's a well-presented person, a good communicator, effective listener, and who has some knowledge about dentistry, and a very, very polite person, organized. All these skills come into it. There could be someone right there for you. And you don't have to jump up and down and think, I've heard Ash or Laura say I need a treatment corner. Let me go and find one. You could have someone who's a potential within your own practice.
Well, that was you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was your journey.
That was you. Amazing.
I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I remember they sat me down. It was Neil, obviously Neil, and Fiona, his wife, and they said, right, so now Amanda's left. We think that you'd be great for the TCO role. And I said, no thanks. And they were like, no, we think you'd be really good. I said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be sat up in that room on my own with a patient, with a responsibility. I just couldn't see myself wanting to do it at all. And then they left me for like a couple of days and kind of just said, look, you are going to do it because you are so good. And they knew that it's a missed opportunity. And then the first part of my time in the role was sharing it with another girl who, Disc. So she's very much a C character. So she wasn't really suited to it because all she cared about was being really clinical with the patient. And she looked for every opportunity to talk like a dentist. And she hated small talk. So that fast forward not long, it was just me. And I went from strength to strength. And I love the role. Even now, I just enjoy people. I'm a real people person. I care about people's well-being, so obviously that's a huge part of the role. And like you say, patients are always nervous. So to guide them through that journey effortlessly, take that effort away, is just key.
Amazing.
Well done. And here you are now.
And here I am.
teaching the stuff.
But I think always with you, Leanna, your attitude to want to grow and your personal development, that was absolutely key, wasn't it? That's what it's all about. When I came to work for you, Ash, I was so keen to, I was applying for hygiene and therapy. You'd got no chance of getting in for the combined. So many people were applying for just so many small number of places. It took my friend 7 years to get in for hygiene and therapy. And then she qualified, didn't do therapy. And she also said to me, you're not going to like being a hygienist. I can tell you now, Laura, that's not for you. And I was like, and then, there was this job and I took it. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And here we are now. Look at us all these years later. Lovely. Isn't it lovely? So Leanna wouldn't be sat here today if it also wasn't for you.
No, I know.
There we go.
Full circle moment.
Full circle moment,
guys.
Oh,
Ash,
good.
thank you very much.
Love.
Thank you.
I never thought of it that way.
That's it, isn't it? And that's what I think to a lot of people that have really progressed and thrived in the role. I think, that's, if it wasn't for your vision and always wanting to push forward.
Thank you.
He's so passionate.
I love it.
Right, what are you up to then? Because it's the end of summer, as I've just already mentioned.
Yes.
I'm grieving for this end of summer. Can you tell?
We've had lovely weather though. We can't complain.
Cheryl, she was around mine on the other day, and we were sitting in the garden while the children were playing, and I said, right, we've really got to enjoy today, and the children kept wanting to go inside, and I said, no, you've got to stay outside, it's the last day of summer. And Cheryl's like, oh, come on, it's not. And I was like, no, it is. It's potentially, like, I've got all my washing on the line, this is potentially it. I'm getting ready to grieve for it. So in the world of training courses, as we know, I've got decks coming out my ears. That's presentations for anyone who's over 40.
New trendy
word. Gotta get it in. I love it. It's PowerPoint. They're coming out my ears at the moment because it's that time of year, isn't it? So what are you preparing for?
I've been busy in practice. I still work 4 days a week clinically, as you know, because I still enjoy dentistry and changing people's lives and making them smile. So that takes up my time. There's 2 main courses I do. Once a year I do my 8-day course, which commences around about June. So I'm into it now. Next time round I'll be doing the lectures, and then towards the end of the year, November, December, we do the hands-on, which you remember all those years ago. So 6 dentists will prep their cases under my supervision, and so that I do once a year, Laura, and that's in demand. So I could do more of that, but at the moment with the intensity of my diary, I'm only doing it once a year. And then I do this Veneers by Ash course 3 times in London, which is going well, and that's an amazing course for dentists that want to really learn the A to Z of how to do smile makeovers and occlusion and everything. I try and give such an intensive program and approach with a lot of hands-on stuff. Dentists love hands-on. They want to do things.
Of course, yeah.
So and a lot of dentists want to level up just their prepping skills, don't they? That perfect prep.
Yeah. And then something very new I'm doing, Laura, is there's a event I'm doing in September, and basically this is a more holistic approach. What I'm realizing now is I'm 56. I now want to help dentists move up a notch in a different way. Understand more about success and mindfulness and inner happiness and well-being, all these other aspects which really you're not going to get anywhere else easily. We have an amazing team of people doing this 1-day retreat at a beautiful venue, and I've done a small version of that in 2023, which is really well received. So this year we're trying to up the game and have a bigger offering. So that's taking up a lot of my time and energy in terms of organizing and doing it. And all the proceeds go towards charity. So it's all about trying to help dentists move in a better way, because there's a lot of stress in our game. And especially younger dentists, you have to be able to handle these things properly. So I think being more holistic in your approach towards work is very good.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I think that's brilliant because there's nothing out there like that.
Yes, this is very fresh, and yeah, I've got to prepare my deck still for it. But I'm getting there.
Because it's in 4 or 5 weeks' time. I'll be there, front row seat. Do I get a VIP
I guess
sticker?
there'll be a lot less of a deck though, and a lot more talking and advice and experience, which I absolutely love.
I've got about 4 or 5 amazing speakers, all brilliant in their own field, and the food is going to be amazing. It's just a beautiful venue. The whole experience, I want it to be really good.
So it's an experience. I like that.
I'm going for the experience.
I like that a lot.
And it's going to be life-changing in a lot of ways. And we're not going to talk much about teeth or dentistry. But it's all about mindset. And then I'm finding if you can get your strong mindset and that strong inner belief, then you can achieve anything you want.
Yeah.
You really can.
Oh, that's so good. Good for you. I love this.
Thank you. Yeah.
Such a different take on everything.
Yes.
Really important. I
think. You know, Laura, we like to do things differently.
Yeah, but that's the way forward.
Yes.
And it all has a huge impact on how we deliver and achieve success in dentistry.
Yes.
If your mind's not right, then you are just trudging along. Yeah.
And you know, Leanna, a lot of people are looking for happiness.
They are.
People think that things bring happiness, but they don't.
No.
Happiness comes from within. And, you know, these days we live in a slightly fake world of social media, how we look on Instagram and how we make everyone perceive they think how we are.
Yeah.
But really, it's all about your activities and how you conduct yourself and searching from within your true identity and maybe even connecting with the divine. You know, so much more can happen if you're open to these things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember when I was working with you, and you were on a spiritual journey, development, and you said to me about your spiritual side, and I remember distinctively saying to you, "I'm not religious." And you went, "That's not what it is."
Exactly.
And I think I was only about 25 or something, you know. And I was
remember that?
Yeah, I remember it. And I was like, "Well, what are you talking about?" You know. And that's when you introduced me to The Secret. And I don't know if you remember, it was a video.
Yeah.
I'm sure it might have been a DVD.
No, it was a DVD.
Blu-ray.
In the old days.
I don't think it was Blu-ray.
Yeah.
VHS. No, it was a DVD.
Yes.
And you brought it in on a Friday and said, "Right, watch this over the weekend."
And you watched it.
And I watched it, but when I came in on the Monday, I was really down in the dumps, and you were like, "What did you think of it?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's really good." And you were like, "Laura, what's going on here? Because you're not meant to feel like this." And I said, "No, I just need time to process that." All the things that I used to blame other people for or whatever, actually it was all me.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
And I just need time to process that.
Yeah.
And then that was it. That was the start of my sort of spiritual journey in the sense of understanding the law of attraction, your mindset, what you focus on. I love it. I can't wait to come, by the way.
But I think that's such an important perspective and also conversation to have with owners or PMs, because essentially you are responsible for a lot of people's mindsets within their working environment, which for a lot of people is a lot of their time. Full time is all of your week, essentially. So if you don't dive deeper into things like spirituality and mindset, how are you able to support these people? How are you able to connect and understand? It's honestly, I think this is excellent. I'm so for it.
Thank you. In fact, I'll share something with you, which I don't think I have yet.
Go on.
Now when I see new patients, I've upped my game. I now try and connect on the soul level. Now, what do I mean by that? So I believe, and I'm sure you agree, that we all have a soul within us. That's your energy that drives the body. And the innate nature of the soul, Laura, is to be compassionate and to offer love and receive love. But unfortunately, we've all forgotten how to do that. You know, people in relationships don't get on well. Brothers and sisters don't get on well. Staff have headaches and problems. So if you just understand that a new patient just come to me, you know, they could be suffering in their own world with whatever ailments or problems they have. Someone else in the family may be terminally ill. And you just actually slow down even more and connect deeper with their soul. And I've arranged books that I sometimes even give them a book. Or and today, I mean, there's a family member that came in, and she's so strong. I mean, she lost her mum recently. She then had some cancer. She had that treated. First time, she just came in for 2 or 3 fillings, but just burst into tears. At that point, all I've got to do is just sit there, listen, give her the reassurance. She's done so well to look after her mum and her dad. And, you know, so it's all about connecting with the soul. And once you do that, then people will win you over. They'll be won over so quickly and well that they'll trust you and like you. And as you know, in the sales process, that's the important prerequisite, that people should like you and trust you. You're not doing this just for selling something,
it's
but
genuine.
you're doing it to genuinely to connect with that person.
Yeah.
And change their life.
Because you are genuinely a really kind person. Right?
I think I love you a bit today. Oh, you're so wonderful.
Yeah. What we don't ever want, though, are people that are disingenuous.
No.
Who are putting it on. That's just the
You
worst.
can tell the difference,
You
though.
can.
We all can tell.
You really, really can.
But this is where, when you develop a stronger spiritual side, people begin to see that in you.
Yes.
Whatever that X factor thing is.
Well, they can feel it.
It's a presence. I was going to say, it's a presence.
Yeah.
I can feel that from you. Yeah. And the way that you're telling the story, you genuinely care.
Yeah.
And if you weren't, you know, genuine about what you're saying, you wouldn't connect all the dots.
No. Yeah.
It's amazing. You speak lovely. Honestly, it's really nice to listen to you.
I appreciate that, Leanna. Thank you.
Amazing.
But yeah, it is all about spirituality. This is not religion.
No.
Because we all have different beliefs or non-beliefs.
Yeah.
But if we can just learn how to become better people or better versions of ourselves, then you know, there'll be happiness at home. You'll have better relationships with your children. You'll have better understanding. And, you know, we have challenges all the time in different phases in our life. Teenagers, kids, all these things. And you have to tackle it apart from work.
Do you think some people can be resistant to spirituality in the way that you express it because they don't want to face their self and maybe their flaws?
Yes. Some people, it's not an important thing for them.
Yeah.
And therefore, one has to recognize, Leanna, that, you know, don't push something down their throat or whatever.
Yeah.
I just look for the clue, and sometimes you get that opportunity to talk about something.
Yeah.
And when you see that common link or connection, then find time to discuss these things, and you'll find that they'll really like you.
Things
will blossom. But yeah, definitely I won't talk about this with everyone.
No. It's when you can see that.
Yeah. When there's a need
connection.
or yeah,
Amazing. Brilliant.
Wonderful.
Absolutely brilliant. So now we're going to talk about some recent news that have come out, and I want to share with you my thoughts on it, and I'd obviously like to understand what you think about it.
Sure.
So for those of you, if you've seen the Joe Wicks recent post about his relapse with sugar, and basically he feels that he's done himself an injustice because he was on this no sugar program, and now he's had some Jaffa cakes and some fruit. So I just think it's really silly. First of all, I think it's it's a real shame that we allow access to this type of content for everybody. And the fact that he is such a powerful presence on social media for children and parents and individuals, adults. And he's using words like relapse when it comes to talking about eating fruit. I think that's actually really worrying. And it just brings us back to how regulated social media is. And it's not, is it really? Information can just be out there. And for those poor young people, so I'm not going to say just women that have eating disorders, it's reinforcing that fear of certain foods and demonizing certain foods, which I don't agree with, especially things like fruit, a natural, wonderful, nutrient-dense food, which we could all benefit from eating more of.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So, Joe is obviously a popular person.
Yeah.
I mean, during the COVID times, he became popular with all his online things. And people look up to him. So you're right. So any comments made like this can either be favorable or controversial. Look, being a dentist, I know sugar is addictive.
Yeah.
Sometimes some patients have so much of it and they get so much damage in their mouth. So we're constantly giving people advice about cutting down the frequency of sugar intake.
Yes.
So my take on this is that, look, it's almost impossible to stop sugar completely in your diet. It's unrealistic. Because we all have this little thing in us that we want to treat once in a while.
Yeah.
And, desire one. So, I think a little bit in moderation is fine.
Yeah.
But, some foods have got more sugar than others, like sweets, biscuits, chocolates, all these things are more harmful.
Yeah.
Fruits have obviously got some natural sugars in there, and certain fruits are worse. But what particularly bugged you or worried you regarding his comments, Leanna?
I didn't like that he was so stressed out about it. He was, I've had Jaffa cakes. Now, if he came on, he said, look, guys, we all make mistakes. We can't be perfect. I actually had some Jaffa cakes last night, but I can reset today. Just because you make a mistake in your diet plan doesn't mean that you have to lose all control.
Yeah.
But I didn't like then he went on to say, I've had an orange or a peach, and almost saying that that's a bad thing to eat. And nothing in excess is great. We all know that, fruit included.
Yeah.
It was just the way he was so dramatic about it. And I actually really like Joe Wicks. I think he's great. I think he's really funny, wonderful dad, as he presents anywhere on social media. And what he has achieved in COVID was amazing for the children. But then on the flip side of that, you're then creating a worry about making a mistake with food. Like, what does that even mean?
Sure.
It's too broad a thing to say to then post.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. I only saw a clip of it on TikTok with someone else then commenting about him and the way he came across. I mean, it's basically a PR disaster for him.
Yeah.
And he was like it was literally as if he had relapsed back onto a Class A drug, because he's like this.
In turmoil. He was in turmoil.
He's in turmoil. What has he done to his mind?
Yeah.
Speaking about, we were just talking about, your mind, the way that you think. What has he said to himself to make himself feel this way about eating a Jaffa cake and an apple? Like, it's ridiculous. And he has also, we've both just spoken about PE with Joe during COVID. He's also just done a campaign this entire summer. He's been running a campaign all summer about children, different exercises every day. So he's pushed himself out there as a face, yet again, to children, someone to look up to. And then he's saying, I've relapsed, I've eaten an apple or peach, whatever it was. I think it's pathetic.
Yeah.
I think it's pathetic.
You got the resistance then for children that are old enough to understand it. Well, Mum, I won't have those strawberries after my meal tonight because Joe Wicks said that you shouldn't really eat too much fruit.
I know. You can have detrimental effects.
I can't get my son to eat fruit anyway, but he loves veg. He loves veg. He will eat kale. Like,
wonderful.
Every type of veg.
That's like Drew. Whereas my son, any fruit, dragon fruit, he'll eat it. Like, he loves fruit. He likes veg as well. He's quite good. But Drew's more on the veg side of things, definitely.
I just think he's a PR disaster. And yet again, it goes to show, think about what you're doing before you actually go and do it. Engage brain. Because he hasn't engaged his brain. He's just fired on this video where he looks wild and on one.
And I think the intent was actually really pure. but the execution was not correct.
Terrible.
At all.
Terrible. So he's now got a PR firm, I'd imagine. And he's not allowed to record any videos. Or was it a
stunt? And we're falling into the trap?
No, because I think it's been really negative for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I'm going to go and sign up to Joe's program now, right? But, if I mess up one day, he's going to think he's going to react really negatively to me not following his meal plan one day a week.
Yeah, and we're trying to change that mindset, back to mindset about food and being able to be a bit flexible. Yeah. Obviously, ultimately, I enjoy eating healthy. I do. Yes. I feel better about myself. I can be too strict on myself sometimes, but I enjoy knowing that my body is getting the nutrients it needs, especially at my age now when it's of grave importance.
Yes.
But for some people, it's not a beneficial way to be or to talk about things like that because they're too sensitive to it and it needs to be approached correctly. So it's, again, another conversation, but it has an impact on it at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to be very careful what we put out there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's not copy him, eh? Don't just jump on social media with a rant.
That's it. Think what you say.
Think what you say.
Exactly.
So a few episodes ago, Leanna and I answered a question from a practice owner, and we answered it from the team's perspective. And at the time I said, let's also ask our upcoming guests for their perspective as a practice owner. So we're just going to repeat the question again in case you didn't hear it a few weeks ago. And let's get Ash's thoughts on this person's dilemma.
So I'll read it out. If you want me to repeat any of it, just let me know. Please help me with resistance from my team. How on earth do I get them on board with my vision? I am banging my head against a brick wall. I have tried every trick. I pay well, give Christmas bonuses. I have shared the financials of the clinic with them to get them to think like they are a partner in my business. I have even shared my emotional side and why the practice is so important to my little family's future. I feel like giving up. Working with resistance to my ideas and plans every day is draining me.
Right. Good question. I think the first important thing is leadership. You remember when you were with us when we first started, we had a guy called Bill Blatchford from America. He was the number one US coach for dental practices, and it was a big investment we made in him. And the two fundamental things I learned from him is one is the art of communication and selling, and secondly is leadership. So I think you need to develop yourself as a strong leader. I mean, I was quite a nice guy and everything, but I had to learn to adapt and change. I had to become a strong individual, and I had to learn how to still be my nice self, but understand it's a serious business and we have to make people understand that, we're here to do something. So I think sometimes when you point a finger at someone, 3 fingers are pointing at yourself. So you have to have a bit of a hard look at yourself and think, okay, do I need to change in any way? All right, that's point number one.
Very good.
Very good.
The second thing is having that clear vision. So sometimes, a dentist may haven't just been on a course or something, think, okay, I want to do this and this and this. What's better is to sometimes maybe sit down with your team and say, look, these are the ideas we have. Let's have a meeting and let's co-discover. Because if your team are involved in the vision as well, and you've listened to them and got their say in it, Leanna, there'll be more opt-in. You understand? Otherwise, it's like dictatorial. I want you to do it this way. And if they think, okay, he's just doing it for the money, or this doesn't make sense to me, they won't opt in. So the third thing is appreciation. So staff need 2 things, and the appreciation comes either by saying well done, for work well done, and do it immediately rather than leave it for later. and there's a book called Well Done, I think by Ken Blanchard, which is an amazing book for managers and bosses, so to know how to appreciate team. But then you also need financial appreciation. I mean, all of us would like to earn more than we are currently, yes? So if you're on a reasonably good salary and there's a bonus system that's effective and working well, that's encompassing the whole team, then I think this can work amazingly well. I mean, before we sold the practice some years back, this current practice I have, we were paying nearly £9,000 bonus a year. for the team. And historically we used to do it monthly, and then we did it every 3 monthly just for administrative purposes, whatever. But I've tried all the different systems or bonuses from the top coaches in USA. But we worked out something very straightforward which works well. You need to take an average of 3 months turnover. You have to have a set target. So hypothetically, say if your turnover is 100,000 a month, and your expenses are 65%, 65,000. Now, if I only earn 65,000 that month, I'm not taking anything home that month. My expenses are gone, right? And nor can anyone expect any bonus. But let's just say if I told my team of 4 people that, if we hit 80,000, then I'm willing to give, say, £1,000 bonus. If I hit 90,000, I'm going to give you 1,500. Even if we hit 100,000, I'll give you 2,000 bonus. So then what happens is everyone is switched on. Because if that's your cake, everyone owns a slice of that cake. And what I've found historically is that treatment coordinators are switched on because there could be only 2 or 3 days left before the period is over. And we're already on 85,000, and there's 2 people waiting to give an answer for £10,000 treatments each. 2 specific, well-managed phone calls will mean that we earn the extra income, and the treatment coordinator and the staff, everyone's going to get another £300-400 bonus. Now, for a team member, Leanna, £300 at the end of the month is quite a lot.
That's a lot.
As a principal, I may, whatever your thoughts are, your thoughts. But for me, the great news is my expenses are 65,000, and for no skin off my back, if my team are now doing their stuff properly, and another 10, 20, 30,000 pounds is coming to my bank account, you understand? If £20,000 is brought in, well, I don't care if I have to pay another £750 extra. Do you understand?
Yeah, of course.
Because my cash flow is higher.
Yeah, of course.
So I think principals just need to think a bit differently and just understand that if the team own a slice of the cake, they will co-own the business.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't tell them is how much I'm taking home.
No.
But naturally, you have to share some stats. You have to tell them what the target is, what the monthly turnover is. And, staff really don't worry or care too much about money because they'll think, what's in it for me?
Yeah.
But the minute there is a bonus system, then they get interested.
Yeah. No, obviously, I had a bonus system when I worked with you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You've worked with the bonus system. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it was a team bonus. And I loved that from the start. And do you remember the way that was done? It was, obviously, it's pro rata, right?
Yeah.
So if someone's only working 1 day a week, 2 days a week, they're not going to take home the same as me because I'm there full time, having it large. And then the other thing you also did at the time, and I appreciate it was a long time ago, so you may have changed things, that all overtime, it was total hours. So if people did extra hours overtime, that went into into the formula as well.
Even more of an incentive.
Yeah, so, again, you just stood out. All overtime was authorised. It wasn't just random. I'll do half an hour of nothing. And then, do you remember when it used to be scored as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you still do that?
Basically, you have to, the things I look at is someone's commitment and their attitude. They're really fundamental things. You have to look at how well they're doing their work. Yeah. So if someone's consistently doing their work exceptionally well and going the extra mile, it's a pleasure to give that person a bonus.
Yeah.
If person B, on the other hand, is not pulling their weight, coming a bit late, giving the manager headaches, their energy is not right. If you remember, Laura, we don't even bother giving them bonus.
No,
so
0.
I've got every right. It's my bonus system. I'm the principal. If I choose to not give that person who's not pulled their weight for that little period no bonus, fine. But then we take that amount of money and give it to the rest of them.
Yeah.
Which is, they'll boost the other lot even more. And that person will learn their lesson.
I prefer that, though, because we didn't have that side of things. We just shared it out equally.
No, that's wrong. Yeah.
And I didn't like that when it used to get to the end of the month a lot of the time and we'd be in the huddle and we're sharing figures and everyone would look to me. Leanna, who can we get in? Who are you going to ring? And I thought, hold on, you lot get the same amount as me. Why am I at the end of the month doing it all?
Yeah.
And I used to feel quite a lot of resentment there.
Yeah.
Oh, right, so I'll go away. I'll waste however many hours doing everyone's work rather than just mine. What's in it for me?
Yeah.
So on that system, you'd have been scored a 3, which is the top score.
Yeah.
And other people might have been on like a 1 or a 2.
See, that would have been better.
Yeah, because I got a 3 most months, didn't I, Ash?
You did. You were a good girl.
I would have had a 3.
Yeah. Look, the thing is, Leanna, if I got 4 team members, let's just say 2 dental nurses, a manager, and or, I don't know, receptionist and a treatment coordinator, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, all 4 people are important.
Absolutely.
I can't just say, I'll secretly give the TCO some bonuses.
No.
And my nurse who I'm working with 7 hours a day, I doubt she don't deserve it. That's wrong.
No. Slip her 20 quid.
Yeah. So I think fundamentally, all of us are doing an equally good job.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have a certain criteria which we mark on.
Mm-hmm.
We also have something else, like say if a nurse accidentally throws a handpiece away or does something stupid like that, then it's every right for me just to say, you know what, this month you've been silly, I'm going to deduct that off the bonus.
No, because
at the end of the day,
says it nice.
Yeah. No, but I distinctively remember one day as the manager of Hertford. I was in Hertford that day, just looking at everything. At the end of the day, there was a handpiece missing.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a handpiece missing here. What's going? That was like, what, £1,000 worth of equipment. You didn't buy the cheap stuff. And I distinctly remember this, and then saying to everyone, right, we've got to find this, because if we don't find this and this is gone, this is coming out the bonus pot. Well, everyone was on it, weren't they?
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it was in the clinical waste.
There you go.
So. Also, just in case people are thinking, how would this work? It doesn't form part of the employment contract. No. It's a bonus policy or system. It's a document that can be amended at any time.
Yes.
Yeah, because ours changed.
Yeah. What about bigger practices? I think it's definitely easier bonus system in a smaller practice. What about when your practice literally doubled in size?
It became a little bit of a touchy subject because the amount we were receiving based on the target was reduced.
Yes.
Right.
So obviously the pot's the same, but the amount of people to share it between is bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
So we kind of felt the pinch because it was only 7, 8 of us initially.
Yeah.
And then it went to like 13, 14.
Yeah. So it becomes complicated when the numbers get bigger, that's for sure. And there's obviously more politics or more differences of opinions. So sometimes small is beautiful. I mean, if you want to run a very successful, profitable practice, not necessarily the bigger numbers or a lot more team achieve that. It's how well the quality of a team you have.
I had this exact conversation with my friend who I've worked like pretty much all of my career with. And I brought that up about bonuses. I don't know how we got onto the subject, me and Koo. Yeah. And I said the same. I said, do you remember how amazing it was when it was just us, like the small lifers we called ourselves? Yeah. And then it grew and it just changed. Everything changed. The culture changed because it's difficult getting different people in. And you ultimately get some bad eggs, don't you, whilst you're recruiting and growing. And actually, I felt that maybe everyone was a bit happier when it was smaller.
And failing that, I think just have a budget. So, even go out for team days out, temping bowling and a meal, and give small gifts. Even if if you did really well and I just got you a nice perfume and a handwritten message.
Wow.
Then, or in the past, there was one staff member, I remember, I bought her a bracelet. I can't even remember I bought the bracelet, but many years later, recently, she was on Instagram or something with my daughter, and she sent a DM to my daughter saying, "Oh, your dad's lovely, thank him. I still wear my bracelet." Now I forgot I gave her a bracelet, but for her, she still wears that lovely diamond
Gifts
bracelet from Swarovski.
Yeah.
That would have cost me 110 quid or something, right? But for her, it's a big thing I've got. So I think if you get presents, get something tangible, not just flowers or chocolates, because they'll be gobbled up and no one's going to remember. But get something that's going to be beautiful, that'll last a while. And you'd be surprised how impactful these things can be.
Definitely.
Well, absolutely.
So you don't have to spend lots and lots of money. It's the thought that goes into appreciation and how you make your team feel.
And that is exactly right.
But hard money does definitely help, and if you can formalize a bonus system, then I think that's really good.
Yeah.
What would you say was the hardest thing when you went on that initial leadership development journey? What was the hardest thing? Hardest
thing is sometimes staff can be clever. They they subtly create problems without you knowing it. And for me, it's all about trying to embrace that. That's one thing. Sometimes you have a team member that's draining your energy, and then you have to almost part ways. But how do you go about doing it? So I've had instances where the team member is such an amazing person, but we just can't work anymore together now. The end of the road has come, and how do you part ways, whatever. So there's an art in doing all these things rather than being formal or trying to discipline people or whatever. So it's emotions, and working with people is difficult, or can be difficult, but
can also be good fun.
Can be good fun.
Yeah. And what about going on courses? Like, you've just mentioned the Beyond Dentistry course. Team members can go on that.
Yes.
You took me on courses. You used to go on courses.
All the time.
Going on these type of courses together, that really builds that team spirit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I did America.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
We took a lot of our staff to America, and to up their skills, to enjoy, have fun, it's a bigger picture. I mean, obviously, not everyone's going to stay with you forever.
No.
I mean, you can't have a mindset, if I train her up and she leaves in 3 years' time, I've wasted my air miles. It's not like that. You gotta go with the bigger vision, and ultimately people can change their mind and do what they want.
I think that's really important, though, because I think a lot of practice owners are perhaps reluctant because they don't think someone's engaged, so they don't want to invest in them.
Yes.
And it's then you're in this catch-22, aren't you? Of, well, you're stuck then.
Yeah.
Because you've got this vision you want to build and grow and implement. You need your team next to you to do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're being too emotional, perhaps,
Yes.
about, well, I don't think they're going to last, or I don't think this, or... Do you know what I mean? You kind of take that off the table sometimes.
And you can get it really wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes the moment you show somebody that you're willing to invest in them, you do see a shift.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, wow, okay. And they start flying.
They feel empowered.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because if I think of my career in practice, so the first guy I worked for, Dr Bradbury, not with us anymore, he was all about investing in his nurses. So you didn't have to be qualified then, did you? Back in the day. But I was straight on a course. Yeah. And the day I qualified, that night I was at the radiography course at Hatfield University. That night I started.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I had to go home at lunchtime to get the letter because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to go.
Yeah, I know the story.
Yeah. And I was like, oh. And he was just all about dental nurses achieving and doing well. And then there wasn't another practice that I worked for like that. And I also temped loads and didn't find that until, again, I started working for you. And that's when I was like, oh, my God, amazing. Like, this is an opportunity. Brilliant. Oh, no, I'm going to grab it with both hands. But in other practices, where my best friend Cheryl, who also has worked for you for many years, where like me and Cheryl, where we met, they probably all thought I was a walking nightmare. I wasn't a walking nightmare. I needed more. I needed something. And I think we can really misunderstand our teams at times. And if you don't get to know people, then you're not going to go anywhere. That's leadership, isn't it? Getting to know your team, getting to know people. It's not about being pally, going out for a curry or anything like that. It's about getting to know them as a person. What's important to them?
What's their needs?
Yeah. When do they want to grow? Is it now, or are they waiting for something such as I'm waiting for my children to all start school? Then then I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
it's that feeling, isn't it?
It's all of those types of things, isn't it, that we need to understand. But yeah, really good answer. Probably better than ours, wasn't it?
No. It's a different perspective. You've got to look at it from a principal's point of view. And then you look from you treat. The good thing about you, Laura, is that you understand not only the mind of the dentists, but you also understand the mind of staff. Yeah. That's why you're good at what you do.
Yeah. Same for you.
Yeah.
We really are that sort of person in the middle, aren't we?
You both have that.
I think, and when you do, custom training days or even lecturing, whatever it may be, any type of training, the moment they understand that you have been in their shoes is that you unlock everything. Yeah. And then they are way more invested in what you're saying, how you're saying it, and they're more willing to go back and want to strive and deliver, because actually you were me and now look at you.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. They respect you. Ultimately, that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And any objection that a team member has, I know how you feel, I've been there. Yeah. I've done that.
Probably 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. Right, this is how we're going to handle that.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
But I also don't feel like there are loads of principals like you that have that, again, that mindset, that spirituality side of them that can tap into people individually and understand them as well, which is really powerful. Really powerful. Listen and learn.
2 development journeys, isn't there? You've got your clinical development journey, and then you've got your personal development, haven't you? Yeah. And then the 2 have got to interlink if you're owning a practice.
Which must be really tough to navigate.
Yeah.
In which context?
Because they're so different.
They are, but what I'm finding, I follow Krishna consciousness, and this is the main concept is ABCD. A stands for association, who you associate with.
Yeah.
So my mentors and the people I associate with, they're very elevated people, right? They may live in a simple way, but they think very highly.
Oh, lovely.
So for me, that's inspiring. Like there's a guy called Keshav Swami, who's the person I admire the most in the world right now. He's just gone to Harvard, and he's going to be spending a year there now. So association is important. B is the books you read, which inspire you. You know. C is meditation or chanting. So in the morning I get up 4:30. You know,
every day.
Every day,
wow.
Except the weekends.
Yeah.
I'll have a little
deserve a break.
5:30. so yeah, I get up early and I'll spend at least 1.5 hours to 1.75 hours in the morning chanting on my beat. So you can do whatever you want. You can journal, you can listen to music, you can draw, you can sit in peace, you can do beat chanting on beats, whatever juices you up. But the morning time is the best time. So then I do that, then I go gym or tennis or whatever. So it sounds tough, like you're saying to me, he's getting up at 4:30 a.m. It's not even a 5 a.m. club, it's a 4:30. But that mental discipline and that organized approach, I find my energy levels are high throughout the day. And I somehow achieve more than I expect to. And somehow you earn more than you... Like recently we've had gaps in my diary. First summer ever I've seen... This year it's gone down. I've never had that problem before.
Yeah.
But Laura, in the past, I used to worry if there's even like a 1 hour gap in the diary. As a dentist, you do not want to be sitting on your bum, not doing anything. Now, even if I got half a day gap, I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a higher force out. There's this, I can do something else. And lo and behold, I had one lady from Hartford 17 years ago. I did a veneers and she's come out, she's now having upper and lower veneers. I've had another lady come in, she's having upper and lower veneers. So suddenly 2 big like cases have gone up. It doesn't matter if you got the odd gap here and there. Do you understand? So I don't know, I'm just finding that the less you worry about life and leave it to God, things just, you don't need to worry about things.
They slot into place.
Yes, everything just slots into place, and there's a reason why everything's meant to happen.
Yeah. It's really good. And also I was listening to a podcast on the way up, and it was about hormones and the fact that we do tend to focus on women in hormones. But this particular lady, the doctor that was on there, was saying about meditation, chanting, journaling, music, peace. Put down any device, because that screen, that exposure absolutely disrupts our hormonal function and creates the chaos that we all experience, male or female, and that then depicts our mind, our cognitive function, our mood, depression, all of these things. So you're probably able to do it as well because you're coming from such a stable place in terms of cognitively, your mind, the way it functions, and your hormones are probably so balanced because you start the day in such a strong, natural way, rather than I'll get up, I'll go straight away, I'll look at my phone, I'll drink coffee. It's just spiking all your cortisol. Like, it's honestly really great that you do that.
And that's what helps me a lot.
Yeah, I bet it does.
I was really enjoying before the summer holidays. As you know, I'm really into my walking.
Yeah.
Going out walking early doors.
Yeah.
Because it's lighter, so I can. Because I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's not safe to walk when it's dark. And because I was been really focused on keeping my heart rate in the fat burning zone when walking, I've not been listening to voice notes or sending voice notes. Do you know what I mean? My phone's gone away, just so I can concentrate.
In the peace.
And then, but also then I've not been listening to podcasts or anything like that. But what I have loved, and I said this to my husband, I said, that's my meditation now.
Yeah.
Is the bird song and the sound of nature when
Beautiful.
I'm walking.
Yeah.
Like I've got up, I have a quick drink of water, brush my teeth, out the door. That's even if it's for half an hour, and just hearing the nature. Like that to me, if I could do that every day, that would be golden.
Yeah.
Really would, because I'm so calm.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful way to start the day.
And that sunlight exposure would be really helping you.
So you just said something then, which was really good, which is slipped out of my mind because I'm perimenopausal. Everything's meant to happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Which is a great sort of words of wisdom. Have you got any sentences like that, Leanna, that you...
Not really,
have?
No.
I remember something you always taught me, which I've always sort of lived my life by, which is that you never chase money. If you chase money, it will never come. Do good things and the money will follow.
Good.
And that's always stuck with me. I feel you're like that as well, which is why we've always connected so well.
I'm very connected though with you too, and I can see why you're friends, because I'm very much an energy person and I want to grow and be the best version of myself. And I do think that can be a difficult person to be when you have relationships from a young age with friends, because you all of a sudden become maybe less desirable as a friend because your path's changed and you want to invest in yourself, and some people can hold you back. I've not personally had that experience with lots of people, but I do feel that you can hit resistance sometimes. You know, even small things like my nan, for instance, would say things like, oh, you don't need to worry about all that, like downgrade my thoughts or interests because it's just not normal for certain people. But yeah, I do find it, I really, really enjoy listening to you. I do. I could listen to you on a podcast on your own. I could.
Book yourself in. Come and
It might be boring. It's me on my own. But
no, it's just, it's interesting listening to everything you think, your experiences and the way that you...
And when you develop a stronger spiritual core, Leanna, then what you'll find is when people make these rebuking comments or whatever, you're not fazed by anything in life.
Yeah.
Even if your challenges and an argument with someone, you know, you learn to adapt and react to them much better because you go deep in understanding about the soul more. So your life becomes easier, to be honest.
Yeah.
It simplifies your life.
Like what you said, you were thinking, oh gosh, I can't blame anyone now. This is a me thing.
Yeah, that's it. For a bit of fun, we are going to ask Ash some quick fire questions. No stalling, Ash. You've got to answer as quickly as possible.
Go on in.
Okay.
No pressure.
Go on, Leanna.
All right, ready?
Go on.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
This is it. Beach or city break?
City break.
Books or podcasts?
Books.
Netflix, binge or outdoor adventure?
Outdoor adventure.
Early riser or night owl?
Early riser.
Very early.
Sweet tooth or savoury snack?
Savoury snack.
Spontaneous or planner?
Planner.
Minimalist or maximalist?
Minimalist.
DIY or hire a pro?
Hire a pro.
Phone call or text message?
Phone call.
Okay. Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Pizza or pasta?
Pasta.
Luxury or simplicity?
Luxury.
Yeah!
Very quick answers.
Very good.
Fantastic. That was great. That was fun. I knew Ash would say luxury. Right, so as you know, a regular feature on this podcast is Confessions of. So Ash is here today delivering his confession of. Now, is it a confession of a dentist or a confession of a practice owner? Where are we at here?
Confession of an incident or a story.
Confession of a dentist.
Yeah,
Go
confession
on.
of dentist. Okay. Right, so some years ago, one of my colleagues at the practice, so we do smile makeovers, okay? We finish this very attractive lady's beautiful smile, and then we used to send them for photo shoot, remember, to a professional photographer.
Yeah.
So off she went to the photographer, and so now she's coming back, so this was the review appointment, the final review appointment, and the photo shoot was arranged prior to that. So we were expecting the patient back at a certain time. We knew she'd gone for the photo shoot. So she's there and it's taking too long for the photo shoot. So what happened, she had the professional photos done, because obviously smile and headshots and all these things. But she suddenly had a surge of confidence and she wanted to do some personal topless photographs as well.
No.
So off came the clothes and the photographer was snapping away left, right and centre. And that's what took her so much extra time.
No.
The new smile gave her such a surge of confidence.
Wow.
That she decided to do these extra photographs as well. So then anyway, so she came back and we heard the story and just laughed at it. And then some years later, the photographer came just for checkup, whatever. So it's only at this latest stage we saw there was a version A and version B photograph.
Oh,
so it's only much later on in life I saw version B, which was very interesting and aesthetic, but that's it.
Why changing people's lives?
It was. We say life-changing dentistry, but this was actually it, man. She went into modelling. God knows what she did. You remember that story?
I do remember.
Wow.
She was a beautiful girl.
Lovely girl.
Was she?
Beautiful young lady. She's probably, I don't know how old she was, but she was beautiful. Yeah. She'd got an amazing figure. She was a lovely person. And to see, but you wouldn't have looked at her and thought topless model, page free kind of thing. So we were all shocked, weren't we? We were all, you're just not expecting it. She's gone to have some head and shoulders shots, right?
It's taking too long.
It is. So she wasn't coming back, running late for the appointment.
So she's really stripped off. And the photographer said, she was arching on her back, like really going for it. I mean, she's paid him for all the photos. He had a great time.
So she had to then say, imagine the situation, I'm going to take my clothes off. Do you think you can photograph me?
Can you do some more things?
Wow.
Yeah,
he got a bonus, didn't he?
For her portfolio. So she said to him, while I'm here, I know you need these photos for Ash, but I'd really like some for my portfolio. You're right if I just strip off?
But the thing is, it just shows you, she was probably shy before, but having a nice smile gave her the confidence to do whatever else you wanted in life.
Because she was the all-round package.
That's it.
Good work.
Not bad, eh? You didn't expect that one, did you?
No, I did not. I did not expect that at all.
True story.
Brilliant
definitely
story. That's my best
story.
one ever.
It's good, isn't it?
Because didn't see it coming.
So we said on the last podcast episode, we're not getting any from dentists. Come on, dentists, send them in. You've all got them. You've all got these stories, haven't you? We don't want anyone's names or anything. I mean, you've publicly put yours out there, but we don't want anyone's name. We don't want any of your details. We just want your story to share because they're good. They're good fun. Really good fun.
Really
amazing.
That was brilliant.
You've ended the run of dental nurse confessions. So brilliant. Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Ash. Before we finish, is there anything you want to discuss, anything you want to share with the viewers or listeners at all about anything you're going to be up to in the future?
Yeah, I mean, Laura, firstly, thank you so much for inviting me. It's been
you're
really
most
good
welcome.
fun.
We've had a lovely time, haven't we?
Yeah, such a lovely time.
We could play a bit more golf as well.
Yes, we will.
Good weather,
A couple of weeks' time, we'll get in there.
Yes, so that's all good fun. Look, having a balanced life is important. I'm well known for my training and the courses I do. So basically, if any dentist wants to up their game and learn from 34 years of experience in smile makeovers, I've done thousands of veneers. And the thing with me, Laura, is you learn not only how to do it, I like to try and inspire people.
Yeah.
And it's an inspirational type of learning. And the other feedback I get a lot is that people like that I don't hold back. I mean, I give a lot of information. And certainly the value for money is going to be tremendous. And more importantly, I also share my failures. Because a lot of dentists just want to sort of teach you quickly how to go from A to Z. But, what are the headaches or problems you've had along the journey and how do you actually avoid making mistakes? That's massive. I mean, you will not get that in a textbook.
No.
So these are some of the reasons why I think coming on my course will be good. But I think the bottom line is just do your own research. Whatever field you want to develop in, if you want to go and learn about implants, find the best teacher. If you want to learn about occlusion, wear smile makers, find a good person. I was rate highly for you, and I mean, a lot of principals I coach and people that I do coaching for as well, I send them your way because there's only so much I can share my knowledge in my time. But other than that, I know you're the best in the field, you too, and for me, it's a pleasure to work in harmony and help dentists grow and become successful.
Likewise.
So I mean, I have dentists that come who are younger dentists on my courses, and I've established the principles. I'll just share one story with you. There's a guy who came on my 2-day course, and when I looked at his CV thing, he had already done 500 big wear cases. He'd done nearly 1,000 smile makeover cases, thousands of implants. I'm thinking, why does he want to come on my course? So I phoned him. I had a chat with him.
Love it.
And I was just inquisitive. I said, why you come? He said, look, Ash, I'm really intrigued about how you integrate spirituality with your dentistry and success. I said, fine, come. So to call long story short, Leanna, he came on my 2-day course, came on my 8-day course. Then recently I went and did some coaching for him. And in his sort of testimonial he did for me on my iPhone at the end, what was interesting is just, I mean, he's a prolific dentist, amazing guy. But even with the strategies and things I'd shared with him, in 12 to 18 months, his personal turnover went up by 1.4 million. This is just like a recent story. Now, to me, that's exciting. It's good to see. And I was staying with him for 2 days. But that day, the big box came, Laura. A box, it got delivered to his house. He opened it up in front of me at night, because I was staying with him that night. And he opened up, there were 25 books in there. All books to do with personal development, spirituality, his spiritual guru, mentor, whatever. Look at the mindset of this person.
Wow.
Do you understand? Someone already there, but now we got new friendship, and we bounce off each other. So this is what it's all about. It's about creating a mastermind group and having fun with people you like and you enjoy with, and taking things to a new level all the time.
Association.
You like that one?
Yeah, I love that one.
Good. Yeah. So
amazing.
I think if anyone wants to find out more, theacademybash.co.uk. Check it out.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So that's it for this guest episode. Thank you for being our first guest here in the studio. It's an absolute
incredible
honour, pleasure. Love you to pieces, as you know. And thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you very much.